So I just wanted to get on here because I know it's been a while since I uploaded on YouTube, and probably everybody has questions on what's going on with the Cobra stuff, with the with pretty much everything, or what happened to the car during the dyno. I know a lot of people saw that video and saw that it pretty much broke down. Well, it didn't break down, but it had issues in the dyno. And I guess I just wanted to get on here just to like touch base, what's going on, just to what happened and how it got fixed, and what's the next step. So, as y'all know, the car put down like 300 horsepower at the wheel, which is, I don't think that's even what they put down stock. I think stock, I think they put down more on the wheel, but I wanted to get on here and touch base with that because, I wanted to let y'all know that I didn't just kind of forget about everything, or was kind of just not doing anything. So what happened was, it was a knock sensor issue. So what happened, the car was running fine. It didn't have a check engine light or anything. We got on the dyno, it ran good, and I guess, during the dyno pull, I guess it started popping up a code, and I didn't know what it was until I got home, and I hooked up the scanner to it and everything, and yeah, so it was a knock sensor issue. That was kind of on me because I had that code pop up a few times before, but I don't know. I'm not a mechanic or anything. I was just like, oh, well, the code went away, so I guess the problem fixed itself, I guess. I don't know. That was on me. But, yeah, so, I came home, the next weekend. I went ahead and got the sensors and the harness and everything. Got everything, got the intake taken apart, started taking off the sensors. One of the sensors came out, bam, no issues whatsoever. And then just like y'all know how it goes when you're working on something, something's always gonna go wrong. So as I was taking off the second knock sensor, it just started spinning. It wasn't even coming out. So I guess the way that the knock sensors are made, it's like a two-piece. Like the top piece is one piece, and then the bottom piece is another piece, and they're kind of just like stamped steeled. Like it's like stamped steel or stamped metal, whatever. So the top was just spinning, but the bottom was not coming out. And if you know, there's not a lot of space in there for you to get in there and actually put a socket or vice grips or anything and just turn it. So that was happening. And I was about to give up. I was just like, man, you know what, this is why I usually just take my car to the shop and let somebody else deal with the headaches, because I don't like dealing with headaches like this, especially when it's supposed to be a quick little fix and it turns into a whole nightmare or a whole all night thing. And that's what pretty much happened. It turned into an all night thing. I was just I was pissed off. I couldn't figure out how to get that knock sensor out until finally I started looking online, and then somebody was saying, if you move it around, eventually it'll break off. So I was like, well, it's already in there. It's not gonna. What else can I do? So I started moving it around, wiggling it around with the socket, and the top finally broke off. So then I'm like, okay, well, we got some of it out. Now the part that actually bolts down into the block was still there. So I'm like, man, so yeah, we got the old one out, but how are we gonna put the new one in now? So I was just, I couldn't figure it out. I was ready to just give up and just take it to a shop and just let them deal with it, because I didn't want to deal with it no more. I was done with it. I was like, I'm not messing with this no more. It was already like 9 at night, and so I was like, man, whatever. I was ready to just call it a day, and then I just started looking in my toolbox. I'm like, man, I wonder if I have anything that'll just somehow take it off. I ended up finding a drill bit that was like, I guess, just the perfect size to where I could drill out the the part of the knock sensor out. They didn't mess up the threads or anything. I was able to drill it out, so that saved me, I guess, some money, because then, I don't know, somebody would have probably charged me hundreds of dollars to change that out. So I went ahead and drilled it out, got the new one in, boom, put everything back together. So I'm like, okay, we're good now. The knock sensor issue is gone. So I put everything back together, and then go take it for a drive, and I start doing the pull. Bam, fucking the check engine light comes back on. I'm like, son of a man. I'm like, if it's the same thing, I'm like, what? I was just pissed off. You know how you get pissed off when you think you found the issue and you fixed it, but no, it comes right back. So I came back home, hooked up the scanner to it again. Now it's saying map sensor issue. So I'm like, God damn. I'm like, okay, so maybe it's just the sensor, the map sensor. I went and bought a new one. It was about like $90. I was like, man, okay, well, there goes $90 down the drain. So I come back, hook up the new one, just, unplug the old one, plug the new one back in, and go and do another pull again. I'm like, okay, so everything should be fixed, everything should be good. And boom, check engine light goes on again. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm like, what? I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, I can't figure this out. So, let's see what happened. What happened after that? Oh yeah, the next day my tuner was supposed to come and check on my tune, see how everything was running and everything. So he comes the next day. John Gibson is my tuner. You'll see him like on DFWF body pages and everything. Shout out to John. He's a cool ass dude. Helped me out through this whole process. Helped me figure out issues that I didn't even know I had. Like I had a vacuum leak issue, which I'll get into that right after we're done with this. So, so I guess in the process of me removing that map sensor, moving it around and everything, because it's in the back of the intake, and you have to take the intake off to get to the knock sensors. I guess, I don't know, the cables, I don't know, I guess they're so old, they started breaking apart. So John's like, all right, well, let's just go ahead and take off the intake again. I'm like, oh man, you gotta be kidding me. I don't want to do that again. I was like, it sucks getting back there in those bolts, getting your hand in there. These cars, they don't have a lot of space. So he's like, nah, man, we're gonna have to do it. I'm like, all right, John, we'll go ahead and do it. I'm like, I really didn't want to do it. So we started taking it apart, and we're looking at everything. We're like, man, he's like, we're gonna get this car running 100%. He's like, it's just got to be done right. So I'm like, all right, John, let's go ahead and take everything off again. Everything that I had already done, I'm like, man, I just pretty much take everything apart, put it back on, and it's still not working. But he was like, yeah, the map sensor is not reading. So he wanted to take everything apart and put it all back together. So in the process of us taking the injectors off, John noticed that the injectors had like double O-rings on it for some reason. We're like, what the hell? We're like, why does it have double O-rings? Which on these injectors, there's only one O-ring at the tip. That's it. You don't need two. So he's like, yeah. He's like, man. He's like, they probably noticed that they had a vacuum issue, and they thought that's where it was having a leak from the injectors. So we went and got new O-ring injectors, and we changed those out because the old ones were like almost flat, gone. Like as soon as we were trying to even take them off, they would just rip apart. That's how old they were. They were just old, and they would just break up as soon as we took them off. He also figured out that the throttle body gasket, that one was pretty much gone too. And once we did that, I swear, it fixed all the vacuum issues that we had. I didn't even know I had a vacuum issue until we started looking into the tune and started noticing things. And he's like, yeah, it's got to be a vacuum issue. Once we changed out that one little gasket, that was probably like $10-15, it fixed almost all the idle issues that I had with the car. It fixed it. That's what happened with that. So we got the vacuum issue fixed. All it was a the throttle body gasket, the knock sensor issue, and then the map sensor. So the map sensor, apparently somebody, whoever built this car before me, already had that map sensor issue, because what we noticed when we started taking that little connector apart, we noticed that the wires were already spliced and soldered. So obviously somebody already got in there and tried to repair this. And I guess it was fixed. They fixed it, but I guess in the process of us taking it off, putting it on, moving that wire around so much, I guess the solders, they just started breaking. So that had to go ahead and get it. I got a new connector, rewired all the wires. There's only like three wires, I think it was. 3 wires. So we got that fixed. So everything with the car is pretty much, now it's running 100% good. It's good. The only thing John wants to do, he wants to do like a final tune on it, just to make sure everything's top shape, running right. We get the most power out of what we have in the car right now. But yeah, guys, that's what's been going on. That's what happened with the car during the dyno pull. I've had a lot of questions, people asking me, did you ever get it fixed? What happened? That's what it was. It was a knock sensor issue, a vacuum issue, and then the map sensor issue. So we got all those fixed. The car is running 100%. It idles better now. It's not dying out at random times. It works. It works amazing now. But yeah, another issue that I wanted to touch on was the Cobra versus the Trans Am. I know y'all have been waiting for that. So, yeah, we're still working on that. Obviously, we haven't forgot about that. Dallas and me, we talk like almost all the time, and we're like, man, we really need to get on this. But if Texas weather has been shitty. So, it's been so cold. Cars aren't gonna get traction. They're not gonna get traction at all. So we can't go do the racing, stuff like that. Our next vlog that we actually have planned out is gonna be pretty fun. Y'all are actually gonna see how these cars stack up next to each other. I don't want to say exactly where we're going or what we're gonna do, but it's gonna be pretty fun, and it's something that everybody enjoys, and probably is wondering what these cars do. Maybe I'm saying too much, but yeah, me and Dallas, we're still on it. We're still trying to get that stuff put out. So don't think that we forgot about it and we just are gonna let it die. No, this is still going on. Let's see. Well, that's pretty much all I wanted to touch on this video, just to let y'all know what's going on with the cars. Yeah, so it's kind of been, I'm probably going to upload this video probably the same day, because I don't think I'm going to do a lot of edits on this video. So this is just, me talking, and this is going to be a quick little upload. As y'all know, it's been kind of like snowing or frosting. I don't know what you call it, because this ain't snow, it's just icing a little bit. But yeah, cars don't get traction, so it's not like we could take the cars out and do anything fun with them. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Oh, if y'all follow me on Facebook, y'all do know that my wife has a Kia Stinger, and we had a lot of drama going on with that car. I haven't introduced that car to this channel yet, just because it's just not ready, and everything that's been going on with that car is just shitty. It was so much drama going on with that car, people that did me wrong on a repair that I was supposed to get. But anyway, that's for another video. If y'all want to see more on what happened with the Stinger, just comment down below. If y'all want to know about it. It pretty much got beat up and I got screwed over by a shop. Pretty much, that was it. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you have any questions, any other questions on the cars or what's going on, just go ahead and comment, and I try to get back to everybody that's on the comments. But yeah, we'll see y'all later, guys.